Yate, just a quick word with you all. I'm going to read Genesis 6:3. Then the Lord said, My spirit shall not abide in man forever, for he is flesh. His days shall be 120 years. So, in the context of the past few days, which has been crazy, I've been observing just the wide array of responses due to the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And whether it's good or bad, I felt just the need to just watch, right? And during this time, this verse had been whispering in my ear, my spirit shall not abide in with man forever. And just kind of curious on exactly what does that mean. And this picture of the indigenous people just started to develop in my mind. And it seems as if in the past 10 years, there's been just this huge wave of influence coming from the indigenous world. You know, our music, our culture, our fashion, our programs, our way of life and our worldview has sort of been held up and has garnered just so much influence and just so much power in the past decade. And what God showed me is that it was his hand that had taken all of this, and it was him that was lifting up my people. And there are some of you about a decade ago, right, who started having these thoughts of, you know, if I had people watching me on this large scale, I would do the right thing. You know, I wouldn't let that opportunity go without having said or did things that, you know, that were grounded in wisdom and discernment. And I was wondering why this was happening. Why was I be given this picture? And why is it now? My spirit shall not dwell with man forever. It's because this is a test, and I know that sounds weird, but a lot of us have been sort of prostrating compassion for years. And a lot of people I know has really, you know, pushed and, you know, just gaslit people into having compassion for world events happening. And God was listening this entire time. And I'm not talking about any other people group here. I'm talking about the indigenous people. Is that this moment is a test on whether you're going to demonstrate compassion. You're not going to intellectualize or justify being cold. I don't know why it's this event, but in obedience to God, I have to say this out loud. My spirit shall not abide in man forever. What he showed me next is that because what's happening on social media, we're not using this platform the right way. This opportunity of being lifted up, we're not using it the right way. And now your hearts are out there, right? And this picture continued, and I saw his hand being removed. And I think right now a lot of people in your lives, a lot of people in my lives, are starting to say things that seem way out of character for them. are starting to say things that, a few years ago, you just wouldn't even picture them saying these types of things. And unfortunately, this is the sad part of the picture is, and I had to ask God, are you beginning to remove your spirit? Are you beginning to remove your spirit from us? So, I love all of you. And if saying all of this, puts me in a position where I lose opportunity, that's totally fine. But it wasn't our ancestors that was lifting us up this entire time. It was the Most High. And at this point, we're supposed to walk different. We're supposed to speak differently. And I still have hope in me that there was a reason he was lifting us up, to see if we were ready for something. I heard a chief once say, and I'm not exaggerating, I met a chief from Canada. His name slipped my mind, but I remember talking to him, and he says, young man, do you know why we're called reserves? And, of course, I tried to dig up some history, right? And before I can give him like just a word salad of an answer, he stops me and he says, it's because our Creator is reserving us for a special time. And I believe that special time is soon. And for those who haven't tuned out by now, just know that this is it, right? This is the time of testing. And I pray that you all endure it. And I'm going to say, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. And if you haven't even given a moment to consider Jesus, please consider it, because time is running out. You'll lose things. You'll lose people in your lives. You'll lose opportunities. But there's something greater beyond all this. And it's already prepared for you. So I love you all. I'm signing out. See you all another time.